Well. You know, I wasn't expecting the breakup between Trump and Elon to be as fiery as it was, but I guess it was very fiery. We all knew it was going to happen eventually. Let's be honest here. It was inevitably going to happen. Elon and Trump inevitably getting into a fight because these are two extremely self-centered, narcissistic sociopaths with huge fucking egos. So it was kind of inevitable that they were going to butt heads eventually. We kind of got like a sort of, I don't know, inkling. Yeah, let's say inkling of like things to come based off of the fact that Elon was saying that the big beautiful bill is dog shit. And I mean, he's correct when he says that. It is pretty fucking dog shit for a lot of reasons. He is mostly upset with the fact, primarily speaking, if we're talking about the big beautiful bill, with the fact that, hey, those cuts that DOGE was doing, allegedly, or whatever, honestly, probably cost taxpayers more fucking money, are not being codified. Or more than likely are not going to be codified, rather. So that's what Elon is primarily upset about. Sure, there's like the thing with like the EV mandate, and I don't know, he's probably not getting other things going his way in terms of like NASA, because again, he's a self-centered businessman. But I think mostly what it is, because I've seen that argument swirl around, it has a factor. I don't think it's the main thing. I think the main thing is the fact that the Doge cuts aren't going through. Like, let's be honest here, it's the fucking Doge cuts. 1000% it's the Doge cuts not going through. And he basically spent a bunch of time in the government doing jack fucking shit. And, well, as a result, what did he get out of it? Well, the ire and the hatred of the entirety of the United States of America. That doesn't... I don't know, Elon, that didn't seem like a very good trade, I'll be quite honest. But, what do we got here? Starting off with a fucking banger. So, time to drop the really big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. So, he's correct. Yeah, he's right. Like, he's right. It's very, very well known that Trump and Epstein were quite buddy-buddy with one another, Big pals with one another, big friends, and sort of patrolled in the exact same circles with one another. Epstein was more like a sort of, I don't know, like New York, sort of like Eastern Coast, sort of like power broker and stuff like that. Dealt with a lot more of like the Donald Trumps of the world and shit like that. Because that's all Epstein was, obviously. He's a power broker. He's a deal maker. He's a dude who wheels and deals and feels and meals. Whatever. Stupid ass shit aside. And let's be honest here. Elon was never really invited into any of those circles because he's just kind of like an unlikable loser. Sure, he had a photo once with Ghislaine Maxwell, but that doesn't really mean anything. Let's be quite honest here. Doesn't really mean anything. Meanwhile, there's like multiple like TV segments and a ton of different pictures with Epstein chilling with Trump. Him talking with like Epstein about how or this is like mostly leaked audio, talking about like how Epstein likes the girls younger, and him also sort of like going along with that as well. It's just like, yeah, and also with Trump appearing in the Epstein files, because we all know the meme, right? The meme of like these like stupid conservative fucking influencers with the Epstein files, like libs of TikTok. Yeah, libs of TikTok, Epstein files, and it was like a complete like show of force kind of a deal, kind of a thing, and it's just like, a complete like nonsense show, right? It was meaningless. Nothing came of it. They said like, "Oh, look, we're doing a little photo op with our little song and dance here with the Epstein files. Look, it's the Epstein files. We have them." And then like nothing else came of it because it was just like a complete distraction from whatever stupid shit the Trump administration was doing from the day. But of course, since Chaya Raichik is a Fucking idiot. She just went along with it, like kind of hook, line, and sinker. So, everyone's seen the fucking Taylor Lorenz interview. Let's be honest here. She is just incredibly fucking dim-witted. Like, she's a very stupid person, Chaya Raichik. So, it should be fairly obvious that, who would have thought that Donald Trump is a weirdo. Weirdo pedophile. Maybe. Allegedly. What else do we got here? Elon Musk continuing on saying, without me, Trump would have lost the election. The Dems would control the House, and Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. It's really fucking funny that this motherfucker just blatantly admits and is pissed with the fact, by saying such ingratitude with the fact that he was just not willing to play ball with the blatant sort of like corruption that the big beautiful bill was like trying to like push forward with, because that's what it purely is. He's upset with the fact that the DOGE cuts were not codified in the big beautiful bill, and that's what I think it is. Sure, there's some effect to his fucking businesses in there with the electrical vehicle mandate, and we'll get to the EV mandate, but he's like mostly pissed about the fact that his DOGE cuts, because he's been constantly complaining about the debt and the deficit in multiple interviews at this point, going up. And he's been like also strangely like retweeting a bunch of like old shit from Trump, saying like, these are some wise words here, talking about like the raising of the deficit and the debt, because that's exactly what this bill is going to do, is raise the deficit and the debt. So what? There's Jeffrey Epstein stuff. Some dude's fucking glazing him. Let me see. Elon talking about him, the stupid subsidies being canceled or some shit. Trump fires back on Elon. That's true. That's some dumbass shit. We'll get to there eventually. Congress is spending America into bankruptcy. Some shit from Speaker Mike Johnson. At some point, Congress has to stop this endless cycle of out-of-control deficit spending. I don't know why fucking Elon is saying super agree with this guy. It's kind of strange that he's saying this, because, like, Mike Johnson is kind of going along. I mean, this is a thing from fucking Mike Johnson 2018. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. Our nation is deeply, deeply in debt right now. John Thune, right? Him complaining about, like, deficit spending. Elon, do you not know this? But the Republicans lie all the fucking time. They use the debt and the deficit as a fucking cudgel in order to not push for progressive legislation and not be able to and to not support expansions of the social safety net. That's why they're deficit hawks and they care so much about the debt and the deficit. However, when it comes to blowing up the debt and the deficit, because again, keep in mind, every Republican administration has blown up the debt and the deficit. Every Republican administration has blown up the debt and the deficit. Because again, what is the main modus operandi of the fucking Republican Party? It's just about crazy, giving tax cuts to the rich, which is always going to blow up the debt and the deficit. Reagan took the deficit from $70 billion to $175 billion. Bush 41 took it to $300 billion. Clinton got it to zero. Well, not exactly. It's not to zero, but I think like Clinton had like a budget surplus for like a little bit, and then it went back down. Bush 43 took it from 0 to 1.2 trillion. Maybe it's not that high. Well, I mean, the PolitiFact meter is saying that this is mostly true, and this is mostly true. Then Obama having it, and then Trump got it back up. If we're talking about the debt and the deficit, all of the fucking stupid tax cuts that were codified by Republicans, because guess what? Each one of these Republican administration codified tax cuts for the rich. Bush's being probably the main reason, not to mention also all the spending that was going on because of Iraq and Afghanistan, but Bush's tax cuts being a main catalyst for as to why 2008 happened. So, every fucking Republican has blown up the debt and the deficit ever since fucking Reagan. With, the Democrats being the ones who kind of fix the problems, but it's such a runaway horse in a fucking shit show that, hey, whoa, crazy. It's, not really helped. And we all know the current big, beautiful bill, it's set to blow up the deficit to about $2.4 trillion over the next 10 years or something. Going to make the national debt also fucking skyrocket. So that's cool. That's great. So here's the thing with Elon. It's really funny that he ended up supporting the party and is now, talking about trying to attack the guys who are just like, oh, look at all this reckless spending all the time. Like, Elon, you're supporting the party who has blown up the deficit constantly. Like, duh? Are you just stupid? That's a rhetorical question. He is just that stupid. And he was probably just duped or some shit. I don't know. I don't even saying that he was duped. He's just a fucking idiot. I just think he's just stupid. But yeah, man, it's really funny how Elon here is just kind of blatantly admitting to the fact that, yeah, dude, we're corrupt and we know it. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? The government doesn't fucking work for you whatsoever. They only respond to one thing only, and that's my fucking money. It's Elon, what you're saying there is true. You're trying to frame this as if this is a bad, a fault of Congress or something. But nah, it's a lot more difficult and complicated factors, and it's the fact that you pushing for legislation, and what I mean here by you, it's not just only Elon specifically here, but him and his ilk, his sort of class disposition of corporations, the wealthy, billionaires, millionaires, all that stuff, using their wealth as a sort of way to basically get their sort of policies in place over that of what is most popular for the American people. We've seen the fucking Princeton study, right? We know the meme. The U.S. is effectively a fucking oligarchy. But look, call your senator, call your congressman. Bankrupting America is not okay. Kill the bill. It's so fucking funny, honestly, because he's completely fucking isolating himself politically right now. Completely, with this epic crash out that he's having right now. He's isolating himself. It's really, really fucking funny. No, and final meme here, whatever. Keep the EV/solar incentive cuts in the bill, even though no oil and gas subsidies are touched. Very unfair. Elon, one of the main fucking interests that has the Republican Party pretty much gripped by the balls are the oil and gas fucking interests. But, the only reason, again, why fucking Trump wants to cut the fucking EV/solar incentive so much is because he's a fucking LARPer, dumbass dipshit who doesn't want anything who just wants to purge any fucking random bullshit that any of the previous administrations have done before him, so he can I don't know, put his name on it. That's pretty much about it. Why do you think he's even negotiating with Iran right now, for example, right? He's just upset about the fact that I don't like the fact that Obama did it, so I'm going to make it such that I only did it because I want credit for everything. That's it. I want credit for everything for myself. But that's typical fucking nonsense from Trump. That's just the stupid egoism and utter fucking narcissistic delusions of Trump coming in at play to a sociopathic degree. But ditch the mountain of disgusting pork in the bill. In the entire history of civilization, there's never been legislation that are both big and beautiful. Ain't nobody want a fat retarded bill. Thank you, Asmongold, for your ever prescient commentary or whatever. Asmongold, what's the likelihood that Asmongold was cheering along with the big beautiful bill? I guarantee you fucking Asmongold didn't even read anything about the big beautiful bill. I'm curious. I'm gonna take a look. Asmongold, big beautiful bill. What does he say? Has he said anything about this? He's talking about Trump and Elon being, it's over. It is over. That is true, Boy Meets Minnie. Their brains are broken, and they're having a great time. They're having a grand old time. Like, what has Asmongold said about the big beautiful bill? I'm really curious. Why the LGBTQ movement is failing. Oh, great. Trying to see if there's anything. Did he talk about the big beautiful bill? It passing or anything? I don't think so, right? I don't think he talked about it at all. So I'm just like thinking to myself, has he talked about the big beautiful bill before? At all? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. And there's some fucking... okay, I'm not looking at any fucking stupid shit anymore from Asmongold's fucking channel of slop. Because, you know, I just see the stupid fucking name of the video that he had for Shiloh Hendricks. And he's just like, a new race war has begun. Yeah, man, totally. A new race war has begun because of fucking Shiloh Hendricks. Okay. I'm not looking at any more of this fucking schizo nonsense. Again, like... Asmongold is just the dude who will just cozy up to fucking anybody, okay? He doesn't give a shit about any of this stuff. I don't know if he was supportive of the fucking big, beautiful bill before and is not supportive because Elon's not supportive of it anymore, but he loves Donald Trump because he's the content president. Again, Asmongold fundamentally doesn't really believe in much of anything, and then, you know, Rev says Desu, get his ass, bro. When bro is just like, we won. A reminder that you are not garbage, a bigot, a Nazi, or whatever these freaks throw at you. You love your country and want what's best for everyone. Be proud of that. And is now coming out on the side of fucking Elon Musk, who I will argue is probably correct in terms of a lot of the problems that he's having with the big, beautiful bill. I'll say it, you know, yeah, Elon Musk is correct in terms of a lot of the problems with the fucking big, beautiful bill. Did he, like, stumble in there by accident? Abso-fucking-lutely. But, yeah, this fucking bill will blow up the deficit and the debt and fucking make the U.S. potentially go fucking bankrupt. And if the U.S. goes bankrupt, guess what? The world probably is going to fucking collapse. Crazy. Who would have thought? And also, again, him calling out all the stupid, like, EV/solar incentive cuts is also correct because, again, that's just the propaganda line that the fucking Trump administration is going with for as to why Elon is upset with the bill. No, the primary reason with why Elon is upset with the bill is because they're not codifying the DOGE cuts. Obviously, Elon himself is not really going to be explicit with the fact that it's because of the DOGE cuts, because he broadly understands that, you know, the DOGE cuts are not very popular at all. I guess he has, like, a tiny bit of a political instinct there, but you know, bleh. The thing is that is the primary reason for as to why this man is pissed. He's pissed at the fucking debt and the deficit, which is blowing up, which will be caused to blow up even more. So that's cool. Well, let's see what we got here. I guess Trump addressed this during his fucking press conference that he had with Chancellor Merz, which, you know, it was really, really funny how he had Chancellor Merz on saying, like, oh, well, tomorrow is D-Day, and I heard that you guys didn't do real well because of D-Day there. Which is really, really fucking funny that he said that to the Chancellor of Germany. That is fucking hilarious. But, you know, like, what do we got here? Because, these are all quotes from the video itself? We're just going to look at it. We're just going to take a look.
So we've done a great job. Elon knew that. Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up in campaign for me. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway.
So from what I understand, that Elon did not know the contents of the big beautiful bill, and that Trump is lying when he's saying this. Well, to be fair, Marjorie Taylor Greene also didn't know about any of the contents of the big beautiful bill, because guess what? They would have had to have read the actual bill itself and talked about it on the floors of the House. So either she's just like an idiot. Okay, I say that rhetorically. She is an idiot. Or she just doesn't pay attention. I say probably it's a bit of both. Keep it a $1.50. Bit of fucking both. But yeah, you know. So Elon is probably correct in him in the fact that, you know, it's not about the like the fucking whatever nonsense that Trump is gonna say and like try to deflect about it, but it's about the fact that the DOGE cuts are not being codified. Wants what's best for everyone? Yes, less bread, more taxes, more arbitrary arrests, less support for the old and the sick, more instability, more deportations. Yes, of course, Estelle.
Anyway, even if the governor ran, the real governor, not the governor from Minnesota, he's a sick puppy, that guy. That poor guy, feels sorry for him. But they made a bad choice with him. But if you pick Shapiro or anybody else, I spoke to him recently about his house being set on fire, which was terrible. But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot.
No, he's talking about Josh Shapiro, Boy Meets Minnie, not Ben Shapiro. It's Josh Shapiro. I do think that if Kamala Harris picked Josh Shapiro, she actually would have performed worse. I'll be honest, but yeah. I don't think like Gen Zers are really gonna side with like the tech oligarchs. Honestly, the right's gonna be completely split on this. The core base of Donald Trump support being mostly like, let's be honest, the lumpen proletariat, the rural voters, the lumpen proles. Are still going to be the core constituency of the Republican Party. That's not really going to change at all. This is going to upset the more technocrat, like tech feudalist fucking fascists. Those guys are going to become upset about this, right? And all the dumb fuck pseudo intellectuals. They're going to be upset with this in particular. So there's going to be a fraying of probably, I would say, about like a solid 20%. That might be a little much. 15%, to be honest. The only place they can really win is the suburbs, IMO. Who, the Republicans? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the suburbs are a bit more of a toss-up. It kind of depends, right? Depends on the suburb. Depends on how white it is. But pretty much rural lumpen proletariat is always going to go for Trump. Like, that's not even a question. You have to be like undereducated, and I say this with no fucking hyperbole whatsoever. All the lumpen prole who are way more than the fucking unks. Let's be honest here, Boy Meets Minnie. There's way more rural lumpen prole in comparison to like probably like suburban unks in like stupid tech fascists. I'll be quite honest. Like I'm gonna be quite honest. There's way more of those guys in comparison to like techno feudalist like fascists and stuff like that. I guarantee it.
But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of us.
So yeah, that's apparently a lie. Elon has claimed this is a lie. Now, Elon himself could also be lying, but who really knows? Yeah, I can't believe that. Listen, you're basing it all off of one county, and that's Orange County. Boy Meets Minnie. How many fucking rural counties are there in the United States of America who are all fucking fascist readers? All fucking lumpen prole dumbasses? Let's be honest here. There are way more of that in comparison to, like, say, Staten Islands of the world or Orange Counties of the world. Let's keep it a $1.50.
Suddenly had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate because that.
Yeah, that's not the reason. It's because you don't want to codify the DOGE cuts. I'll be quite honest. It's not the EV mandate. That could be a factor, or I think this is what David Dole said. I'll be quite honest here with what David Dole thinks it's the EV mandate stuff, and because like Trump is not capitulating to Elon in terms of like NASA heads for his businesses. I don't think it's 100% the case. I think it's a factor, but I think it's more so the fact that he's like kind of a depressed doomer about the fact that his Doge cuts are not being are like just being completely ignored and just laughed out of the room. I'll be quite honest. I think it's the Doge stuff that Elon's mostly that mostly is coming from that. I don't think so, Boy Meets Smitty. Because I don't think that's the case. I think it's the Doge stuff. Why would Elon be constantly complaining about the debt and the deficit, right? I don't think he gives much of a shit about the EV credit stuff, right? He might be able to grift and ingratiate himself still with another audience. Like he's still gonna have all of his glazers and tech fascist stuff. Yeah, like we could take a look at Tesla stock. It is tanking right now, right? I think it went back up a little bit, but it was tanking because of this very public spat. But it went back up a little bit. But it fucking tanked. Huge tank right now. Minus 70 points is insane. But I don't think it's 100% the case that it's this. Like, why is he constantly complaining about this stuff? I mean, it's purely Elon for as to why these stocks are fucking tanking the way that they are, right? Like, it's purely because of him. But I don't think that I don't think this tells the whole story. I think he's more mad about the fact that all the time he spent at Doge, right, has just been a fucking complete waste of time. That's it.
It's billions and billions of dollars, and it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have all. We want to be able to sell everything. And when
it's not about selling everything, Trump, let's be honest here. Incentivizing, again, because he doesn't understand how fucking, because he's a complete idiot, Trump, and he barely fucking understands how like economic policy works. It's not the problem isn't the fucking mandate or the subsidies or whatever for producing these fucking vehicles for you to fucking sell them. Broadly speaking, they're not really going to be sold anywhere else besides within the United States and probably Canada, because nobody fucking likes American-made car products. They're all dog shit in comparison to the rest. So you kind of need the fucking incentives in order to, you know, incentivize companies from, you know, and force companies to create certain products so that they can make a profit. But, you know, the basics of policy and Donald Trump, completely fucking foreign concepts to him. Yeah, billions and billions of dollars.
That was cut, and Congress wanted to cut it. He became a little bit different, and I can understand that. But he knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody.
Apparently not.
And he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape. He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Did he? I just want to clarify.
How did he help Elon a lot out? To be honest, right? He's been constantly talking about wanting to scrap this EV mandate all the time that Biden put in place. I don't think it's that. I think he's just fucking wrong. Like, yeah, Elon mostly helped Trump out, and you're just not allowing any of the Doge cuts to go through. Not that he's not allowing it. I don't think anyone wants any of the Doge cuts to go through. It's purely like just two really big egos clashing with one another, and I'll be quite honest, given how much of an old man Trump is, I don't think he's going to be able to sort of like keep up with the autistic spam here with Elon in comparison, right? Because this man just keeps spamming all this way more and stuff like that. But, you know, whatever. It's kind of silly, let's be honest here. I think, like, maybe Elon's probably going to win this fucking public spat in the end. And it's going to affect Donald Trump's coalition pretty fucking significantly. Like, I think like a lot of these like techno-fascists are probably not really... Because let's be honest here, there were pretty much 3 main coalitions that helped Trump win the fucking goddamn presidency. The lumpen proletariat, which is the core of the fucking Republican Party. You know, your rural voters, your racists, blah, 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 blah. The techno-fascists and the sort of weirdo techno-feudalist monarchist dipshits, right? The libertarian types as well. And also, conspiracy theorists. And I guess sort of like we can lump with like the conspiracy theorists, your Nazis, anti-vaxxers, and other like just weird schizo fucking dipshits, right? That's like the main 3 fucking coalitions. And again, like RFK Jr. brought in the conspiracy theorists. Elon brought in the techno-fascist monarchist feudalists. That's what. Now, what I'm really fearful of is Elon spinning up a third party. It's a bunch of cap, I'll be honest. Complete fucking cappuccino, honestly. That shit's not going to go anywhere. If anything, if that does go somewhere, you know who it's going to hurt more? It's going to hurt mostly Republicans. Because Elon's a fucking freak Nazi, right? He's a fucking stupid, dumbass, freak, fascist loser. He's going to pull in a bunch of those guys who are a part of the fucking Republican Party and pull them into his third party. So honestly, yeah, fuck it. Go ahead. Yeah, Democrats and liberals don't like Elon really much at all. This is going to be detrimental for the Republicans, specifically. Like, if anything, that would be a gift for the fucking goddamn Democrats. The Democrats would be like, yeah, go right ahead. Yeah, sure, fuck it. Now, the problem that I have with this, honestly, is the fact that, well, the Democrats are going to see this as, like, kind of like, not just the Republican Party, like, fraying and sort of just the coalition of the Republican Party just completely falling apart. They're going to more see it as, like, oh, this is just us being, like, really, really, really good at policy, and our strategy of doing nothing is actually working. Go crazy. And that's going to be the wrong lessons to learn from that in particular. But, you know, I'm not expecting really much from the Democratic Party, which is, you know, stupid, dog shit, dead party. Yes, it would be really funny, Estelle, if Elon were the one to end the 2-party system. But, you know, what can you do?
Did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy you put in charge of spending.
Chainsaw.
Should people not take him seriously about spending now? Are you saying this is all sour grapes?
No, he worked hard, and he did a good job.
Did a
And
great
I'll be
job.
honest, I think he misses the place. I think he got out there, and all of a sudden he wasn't in this beautiful Oval Office, and he's got nice offices too. But there's something about this. When I was telling the Chancellor, this is where it is. People come in here, even from Germany. They come in and they walk into the Oval Office, and it's just a special place. It's, you know, World War I. It started.
I'm going to tell you right now, bro wants to be the new host of MTV Cribs. I'm telling you, he just wants to be the new host of MTV Cribs. That's what he wants. He wants MTV Cribs. He's like, listen, look at this big, beautiful office. It's a very nice office. It's the best office. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread, folks. Let me tell you, it's very, very impressive.
And it ended here in World War II and so many other things. Everything big comes right from this beautiful space. It's now much more beautiful than it was 6 months ago.
World War I was mostly negotiated. The end of that was negotiated in the Treaty of Versailles in Versailles Castle in France, not in the Oval Office. Same with like World War II. Okay, whatever.
A lot of good things are happening in this room, and I'll tell you, it's.
I mean, this is also the same room where he sat on the other side of Cyril Ramaphosa and literally said, Cyril, I need you to take a look at this video I have and these, like, stupid articles that I have. Look at the EFF talking about killing the boar. I think it's really bad. And Cyril Ramaphosa's just, like, sitting there saying, like, What? What? No. Very stupid. But, whatever.
He's not the first. People leave my administration and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it, but...
That's so fucking funny that he's talking about fucking TDS, dude. Nah, dude. Like, I mean, to be honest, the problem is the fact that Elon is mostly upset with the fact that, I mean, that part of it is because you're affecting his businesses. The bigger thing is the fact that he's just mad about the fact that he's getting completely snubbed, like in an ego sense, like wholeheartedly fucking snubbed, to be quite honest, and is just like not getting any of his like stupid Doge cuts through. That's the fucking main problem that Elon is having.
We have it with others too. They leave and they wake up in the morning and the glamour's gone, the whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it and you'll let us know. Yeah.
Mr. President, speaking of ending wars.
Alright, cool, lovely. Let's see, what else has Donald Trump been fucking saying? I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. That's just not even true. Like, there were tons of concessions that had to be made alone in the House, and there's going to be a bunch of addendums and amendments within the fucking Senate. And John Thune is saying, like, we're going to be lucky if we even pass it 51-49, dude. Because he's already, like, completely, like, disregarding 2 of the votes within the Republican Senate. And that's, like, I think Rand Paul and Ron Johnson. He's just completely, like, disregarding them. But it's not fucking... It's not really happening. Hot take, I think this is partially driven by Elon's addictions. He's lashing out irrationally. We need to stop assuming these people are fully rational actors. I don't think that's an inaccurate assessment, Boy Meets Mini. You know, I don't think that's ridiculous to say. This could be because of Elon being on a fucking ketamine binge or some shit. Maybe. What about taco syndrome? I don't know if taco syndrome really has anything to do with this, Estelle. I don't think so. Like, taco syndrome, like the whole fucking like taco bit is at this point is honestly like just some like LARP shit from neoliberals to sort of like, I don't know, justify the fact that they can continue doing nothing. I think like taco stuff is just like complete utter nothing burger. It's a record cut in expenses, $1.6 trillion. And the biggest tax cut ever given. Yeah, given to who, Trump? To you? A lot of your rich buddies? Okay, dude. If this bill doesn't pass, there will be a 68% tax increase and things far worse than that. I didn't create this mess. I'm just here to fix it. Dude, okay. The fucking, just the complete, just perfect encapsulation of Donald Trump's fucking narcissism. He can't accept responsibility for anything. He just wholeheartedly incapable of accepting responsibility for the fact that, dude, you and your party are the main ones that were pushing for the fucking stuff that's in this bill. Like, you have as much culpability as possible. You're the guy who wants to say, like, oh, I'm going to sign it immediately once it's on my desk because it's big, it's beautiful, it's the best, it's the greatest thing. So, like, wait, hold on, it's not my fault. I had nothing to do with this bill. It's not me. It's just like, buddy, you're the one who's, like, promoting the bill and saying it's a great fucking bill. You have about as much to do with this bill coming into existence as anyone else. It's fucking stupid. This puts our country on a path of greatness. Make America great again. What else has he been saying? The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. You know, it's actually not a bad point by Trump. I'll give Trump that one. You know, I'll give him that one. Yeah, why didn't Biden fucking do it? Oh, because unfortunately, with how fucking decrepit and useless and how fucking shit, let's be honest, in terms of like deregulation that the broader sort of like Clintonite sort of thought and Republicans have done to the sort of federal apparatuses of the United States government. Whoa, you're telling me that is the main reason as to why fucking the United States government is wholeheartedly reliant on public-private partnerships because of just the sheer amount of deregulation and just complete bureaucratic fucking nonsense that has happened to the fucking federal government, not only by Republicans but with the complicity of the fucking Democrats. It ain't so, and that the Democrats, these neoliberal dumb fucks, like don't want to do anything about it. Whatever. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars. That's not what the EV mandate does. That's just not how that works. It's basically just incentives and tax credits that are given to corporations for them to design electric cars and have them on the fucking market. Like that's what the EV mandate was about. But again, he's just an idiot who doesn't know anything. That forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy. Can't accept any responsibility or culpability of anything. So, typical fucking Trump. And funniest bit about this, Kanye West with the best take. Bros, please no. We love you both so much. No, stop fighting. Stop fighting! Like that stupid little dog emoji, of the little puppy saying, no, stop fighting, don't stop fighting. Bro's got his like little arms out. It's very, very good. Honestly, that is the funniest part to come out of all this is fucking Kanye West saying, stop fighting, no, stop. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. But yeah, what else is there to say? The guys, the girlies, they're fighting. I need like a thing to tap, The girlies, they're fighting. I don't have long enough like fingernails to make like the tack, 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 tack sound. Like the stupid, I don't know, fucking girly pop meme I guess I'm going with here. Whatever. Stupid. Yeah, let's be honest here. This was kind of inevitable. It was never a question of if, but when was this going to happen. And it turns out, because of this like dumbass fucking bill, which is dog shit. Elon is correct when he's saying it's dog shit. Now, is he going to go into all the multivariate reasonings for as to why it's dog shit? Probably not. He's mostly just salty about the fact that his fucking ideas and what he was doing with DOGE are ultimately getting snubbed. It's purely just a clash of egos. Clash of two big egos. Because we all know that fucking Elon is a complete sociopathic, egotistical, narcissistic maniac. Same with Trump. And, well, Trump is the one who's currently the president. He has a lot more power that he can wield in comparison to Elon Musk. Let's be honest here. The full weight of the fucking federal government. And that's why I suppose he's more trying to like... he's trying to like win out here in the end. The question is how long is this going to go on for, right? I think that's ultimately like the biggest question is how long will this fight sort of be, I don't know, sustained? How long will this kind of go on for? If it's just like a day thing and it just like kind of dissipates and goes away, or if it like drags out and continues until like some version of the big beautiful bill gets passed, because that's what this is purely dependent on. What are the changes in the Senate that's going to happen, and then it goes back to the House. Maybe there's some changes there, and then it goes back. Because again, let's be honest here, no one really likes the big beautiful bill. It's a dog shit fucking bill with a lot of problems with it, which is why you had to have a lot of concessions and rewrite a lot of amendments and addendums done to the fucking bill. Because even Mike Johnson said like he didn't really like the state of the big beautiful bill when it was inevitably passed the House, but he's just like, we have to fucking pass this. We have to do something, And a lot of people in the Senate were not very fucking happy about it, saying like, yeah, this is a pretty fucking dog shit bill, my dude. Like, this is complete ass. And that's kind of like another reasoning for as to why this is just like a bill that's completely fraught. Because again, like, Trump wanted this passed by like Memorial Day, right? In about like a month. That's not a lot of time. Or maybe it was like supposed to be earlier. He wanted this to be passed by like a particular fucking holiday, and it's probably not going to be passed by that fucking particular holiday because of the fact that there are so many fucking problems with the bill and so many disagreements, and there's so much fucking infighting because of it that, hey, whoa, it's going to be like a complete fucking shit show fest for anything to sort of happen. The question is like, you know, how much longer is this going to happen? A Memorial Day came and went last Monday of May. Well, there you go. That was the original date. I don't know what date they want now. If it's like, I don't know, sometime by like July 4th. So then he can do like, I don't know, some like victory parade thing during the fucking holidays or something. I don't know, whatever. I don't think that's going to fucking happen. Because there's a lot of problems with the bill. It's just a really bad fucking bill. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene, when she reread the bill, saying like, "Wait, I see this AI shit in here, and I don't like that. If that's still in there, hopefully the Senate does something about it. I'm not gonna fucking vote for this bill." Like, you even lost Marjorie fucking Taylor Greene. Even she has this problems with the fucking bill. That's how you know that it's just a complete fucking hogwash, dog water of a fucking bill. So, well, we'll see what happens with the big, beautiful bill. It's a big and a beautiful bill. It's the best bill. It's so good, folks, that, you know, there's constant infighting between some of the biggest power brokers in the Republican Party and Trump and his whole base and the party because of it. So, you know, we'll see what happens with the girlies when they keep fighting over this bill for the time being. Like, who's going to be the bigger fucking poster? So, you know, at this point, all we can do is just kind of wait and see how this all plays out.